Hey Starlights, it's your girl NasaCrafter, coming at you with that cozy, cosmic beach energy. Grab your coconut drink and settle in, and welcome back to another beautiful day on the NovaCraft server. So today's a special one. We're finally polishing up the last pieces of our mini golf project. So let's dive in, Starlights. One last swing on mini golf before we blast off to our next big build. Alright, buckle up. NasaCrafter's taking off like a seagull that just stole someone's french fries. The only thing that could ruin this right now is if my elytras break. There is no crashing in sight. We are almost to our gaming district. Hang tight, everybody, we're about to drop in. Let's go. Here we are. Only thing I wish is if our server would be a little bit faster. But we gotta work with what we can, right? Well, I'm super excited to get started with this wonderful build. Actually, we're about to finish it today, so here we go. Let's go. Alright, I've arrived here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start placing down some of our turf. And let's see how it goes. I did have one recommendation. I think it was in the comments, so I can't remember exactly who said it. I'll later reach out to them. But they recommended perhaps building like some kind of a building or a city. So I was contemplating the idea of maybe doing like a Western type building. I don't know, maybe it's a little bit too weird, but that's what I'm gonna try to do for our next hole. So we'll see how that works out. You know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and just put this all here like concrete. And then if I have to take anything out, I will. Oh, and shout out again to Girl Too Cute for helping me with the rocket idea. It really makes this mini golf more alive, and I can't thank her enough for everything that she helped me with. I'm not a great redstoner, to be honest. Like, if I have to do anything redstone related, I really have to look at tutorials. And I'm not ashamed to say it. But, you know, it's something I want to get better with. I think I have, okay. Oops. So I would love someday to be a redstone master, but I realize that not everyone's gonna always be an expert redstoner. So I think I'm liking this so far. So let me go ahead and see if I can do some moss blocks right here. We'll just kind of see how this looks. Now I do realize it's about to get nighttime, so let me go ahead and make sure I go to sleep. That way, no mobs will attack me. The other day, actually, I was traveling through the tunnel, coming over here, and guess what happened? You can see the destruction. Yes, another creeper decided to visit me, and it was not fun. I was very fortunate to have a totem, although the blast didn't do enough damage to almost kill me, but it was very inconvenient, and now we have to fix that tunnel. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to put this moss block down in this area. I think I might have done a mistake here. So let me go ahead and take this green concrete off. And I'm going to go ahead and put down a little bit of this moss block over here. And we'll go ahead and bring down our concrete down in this area. I think I may be running low on moss, but I'll check some of the shulker boxes I have just to make sure that I have enough to finish our build here. I do realize I'm going to have a space in this area, so maybe I can do a fountain like I did in the Cosmic Rail Station, or Happy Gas Station as it's also known, and that would bring a little bit of beauty to this area that looks a little bit plain. So let me go ahead and see if I can get a little bit more of the moss blocks, and I'll go ahead and set that down, and hopefully our turf will start looking a little bit better. Okay, I have enough, so I am happy with that. Hey, who's my good boy? Who's my good boy? Who's my good boy? I have 2 new doggies, and I love them very much. Well, I am really happy that I was able to get a little bit more of this green moss block over here. And I think this is going to look really nice. So I'm thinking right over here. I'll go ahead and put down our turf. I'll go ahead and wrap this up with a little bit more of the green concrete. And I was thinking maybe, I don't know how this might look, but maybe possibly doing maybe like a lava waterfall. That might be something that might look kind of pretty right here. So let me go ahead and get different textured blocks, and we'll go ahead and start our little waterfall in this area. I think I'm going to go ahead and make space for the lava to actually fall, so it won't do any damage. And I'm trying to use like different blocks here, just to give a little bit more texture. And of course these blocks are lava resistant, so they won't catch fire. So that's something that'll be pretty good. That way our golf course won't burn down. in here. Then we're gonna put a little bit more of these blocks up here. Okay. It might look a little bit too blocky, so let me go ahead and see if we can give it a more rounded shape over here. I won't do round over here because I would be passing over and making our mini golf a little bit too much on the large side, so I don't want to take up other players' areas. And let me go ahead and fill this in because I don't want any mobs later making noises that are too distracting and bothering us. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look. That looks okay. I mean, it doesn't look great, but I think once we hit the lava, it'll bring a little bit more life to the area. And maybe add in maybe go ahead and round this area up a little bit. And that way it looks a little bit less blocky. I think we could add a little bit of green. I don't think it'll catch fire. I think we should be okay. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I do want to take this off here because we are going to have our border afterwards. And our idea would have I'm sorry, our, I can't think of words, but our hole is going to be here with our target block, and then of course our firework or redstone would be right behind it, and that'll create a nice effect, especially with our little lava waterfall in the background. So I think that would look fantastic. Since this other hole is a little bit more complex, I am going to leave this one a little bit more simple. And we'll just kind of see how that looks. Yeah. Okay, so I am liking this vibe. I am gonna have to get some lava. Maybe G2 Cute wouldn't mind if I could go over there and borrow some from her lava farm. And then of course I can just go ahead and bring the buckets back. I don't think she would mind because she does have a lot of lava over there, and I don't think that would be an issue. So let me go ahead and finish putting in my blocks here. I think I messed this up. So we're gonna have, yeah, we're gonna put one here, 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 and then one there, and another one here. And I think we're gonna go ahead and put another one here, here, and here. No, that's not gonna work. Put one there, And we're gonna go ahead and put our borders, our shelves all the way down in this area. And just kind of see how that looks. I always get a little bit nervous when it rains, and it's because of the mobs, but I think we should be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put down some missing blocks. They're really gonna help finish up the aesthetic here. And then of course later we'll have to put in some more light sources, so this can be mob proof. And I think this is looking, it's looking decent. And I was just being attacked by somebody. Ah, there he is. You know what? Let me go ahead and, for my own benefit, make it daytime. And that way we can finish up our build in peace. So I was able to get some lava buckets from G2 Cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting those lava buckets where they're supposed to go. Or I should say, I need to dump them where they're gonna go so that we can do our fountain. And I also went ahead and got some materials so that we can go ahead and work on our next hole with fireworks. I'm gonna go ahead and alleviate my inventory a little bit because it gets me really distracted and I get so confused. I don't know if you guys have the same problem in Minecraft, but I'm gonna go ahead and see how we do this. If I'm not mistaken, you put the comparator, and then of course we put our firework in here. I'm not sure this is gonna work or not, but let's go ahead and give it a shot. And that's gonna work out beautifully. So we have our comparator, redstone, and our dispenser. We'll go ahead and put in our hole. And I'm gonna go ahead and put in our flag. And that looks nice. I do have to cut some moss carpets just to kind of cover up our mechanism here. And I think I'm going to need another piece of moss block. I hope I still have some. Now I can definitely make some. And I think we're gonna go ahead and make some, because I'm not seeing any additional mouse blocks. I'm sure you guys already know this, but you know, with creating moss, more moss, I should say, what I like to do to not ruin the landscape, I'll go ahead and lay down some dirt. Then I'll put in a moss block on top. And there we go. I did ruin a little bit at the bottom, but I think it looks okay. Actually, with this, I might be able to just go ahead and use these carpets. And I'll go ahead and leave. I'm just gonna leave this like this, just in case I need a little bit more moss in the future. And we're gonna go ahead and cover up I'm gonna get rid of that because it might be really difficult if somebody's trying to go ahead and shoot an arrow. It might interfere with them hitting the target block, not note block. And with that, this hole is pretty much done. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna put down my lava. Put one there. Oh, that scared me so much. I'll go ahead and put one here. And I don't think I need another one. I was gonna do 3 lava buckets, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave it like that because it does create a little texture. I really like that. I know it's really simple, but I think it looks great. I will take G2Q her buckets back once we finish. And I will see if I can put some of these magma blocks just to kind of give it a little more texture and make it look a little bit more volcanic. So I think I can do that. Oh. And maybe I can do another one over here. And I'm not going to worry too much about the backside because we are going to do some kind of a building like in this area. So that's going to be our next hole, which is going to be complicated. So yeah, we'll work on that. One thing I did forget to do, I had moss blocks here. That's what happens when you're not organized with your inventory. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and mark off where we're going to shoot our first hole. And I'll go ahead and mark that right now. So we're going to go ahead and put down our starting point in this hole. Uh-oh. That's not good. So I was able to log on again to the server. I'm really not sure what happened. I guess my internet's not doing too good right now, but we're back on. So we were able to finish our little lava waterfall. So I really like the way this came out. I need to see about creating. I think it's gonna have to be our last holes in this area. And I do want to do the building that we talked about. Maybe like a Western type building, rustic. So we'll go ahead and start working on that next. I don't exactly have the amount of holes that I wanted, but that's okay. So we have, let me just confirm how much we have. So we have hole number 1, hole number 2, hole number 3, hole number 4, we have hole number 5. I did get some feedback on Discord regarding this. I think Hollow and G2Cute were playing, and they said it's impossible to play this hole. So maybe I can do something different. Like we have a hole right here. Like if I could somehow make another hole. I just don't know. Let's see. Maybe if I could somehow I don't know. I might be able to just, I hate to take this out, but maybe somehow. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking and not making much sense right now, but I think we're just going to have to. What if we were to shoot? Maybe somehow make a tiny little island here. And then from here you can pass on to the next hole. So I'm not sure how this is gonna look, but we'll go ahead and try it. So if I'm standing right here, and I can somehow perhaps shoot the target block over here. Maybe right there. Might be too easy. I think that's okay. Let me go ahead and try to cover this up a little bit. You know, let me go ahead and put in our components right there. Oh my goodness, I am so disorganized with my inventory today. Okay. I'm just trying to make this hole a little bit more complicated as well. Maybe add some dripstone just to kind of distract a little bit. Yeah, let's see. Here goes our comparator. Here goes our redstone dust. Here goes our dispenser. And I think with this, I think this hole should be about ready. Yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and put some dripstone here. Just to kind of show that it should be over in this area I need to be aiming at. And that's gonna be a hard shot actually, but I think it'll be okay. We gotta make things challenging, otherwise if it's too easy, people get bored. So yeah. I'm just running all over the place this morning. That's what happens when your inventory is not always organized. But I'll go ahead and I'll work on this little chest monster that we have going on here in a little bit. My problem is that I use stuff and then I think I'm not gonna use it, and then I end up needing it, and that's my problem. But we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. And with that, Game Darkness is finished. Okay. So we now have another hole here. You might just make that shot. So if you make that shot, the fireworks go off. Then you can come up here. And obviously this is gonna be... Oh. I won't make it that hard. That perhaps they would need to start in this area. I'm gonna put a little bit of a grass path, so that way they know that this is the fairway, I guess, is that what you call it? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a golf expert at all. But I do love mini golf. And I'm gonna go ahead and eliminate this wood over here. Now I'm gonna put down the moss blocks in this area. And I'm gonna need I guess I'll go ahead and put a stone block here. And we'll see about putting down a another full block here, so that way they know that they can shoot and get to this area. Now let me go ahead and make it daytime because once again, nighttime approaches. Well, up next, I want to transition the video into a time lapse. And there you go. Nailed the final putt in NovaCraft's gaming district. Huge thanks for watching my mini golf madness. Drop a like if I got you laughing. Subscribe for more epic adventures, and I'll catch you next time. Love you. NASA signing off. Bye.